Welcome back to Get Down to Business, this show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. We got a treat in store for you. I'm thrilled to be joined by Bjarni Herrera, who's the author of Supercharging Sustainability. Bjarni has decades of experience in leadership positions in banking, finance, and professional services with a focus on corporate sustainability and sustainable finance. We are going to talk all about those terms, which are so important. Bjarni, welcome to the program. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Shalom.
Absolutely. So I want to broaden that definition for a moment. Bjarni, your book talks about supercharging sustainability. Can you explain what you mean by that and how it goes beyond the typical definition of sustainability?
Absolutely. Sustainability covers a broad range of topics, and the purpose with the supercharging word fitted in with sustainability is to help people accelerate their knowledge building. So this covers the big picture. And by understanding the big picture, it will be much easier to focus on what people can do in their work, in their lives.
Ooh, absolutely. That's important. And we've got a lot of small business owners joining us. So we're going to talk a little bit about how this applies to them. But let's talk about the business benefits. You argue that caring for the planet and people is not just the right thing to do, but also a good business strategy. Can you elaborate on how sustainability can lead to a competitive advantage for small businesses?
Yeah, for sure. By minimizing environmental impact, increasing positive impact, and the same for social issues and having a strong governance in place to take better decisions, have better risk management measures in place. These all seem fairly sensible things to do. The plot thickens. It gets more complicated. It's not as straightforward, maybe as it sounds. It's not enough to do the environmental things and social things. You also have to focus on your core business, your core products, your core services, and your cash flow and balance sheet. But doing good business and doing good ESG or good sustainability, that can lead to outperformance and better market positioning.
Bjarni, one of the challenges small businesses face is getting everyone on board with new initiatives. What advice do you have for convincing teams of the value of sustainability practices?
It comes from the top. So the board, the owners, shareholders, CEO, C-suite, these are the people that need to be convinced, need to believe. But of course, they can't do it alone, so they have to get the rest of the company on board for sure. But it starts with this belief and selling people in on the belief that, this is what we want to do. But one thing that has been discussed quite a lot in sustainability are ESG performance incentives. So some companies try to incentivize their employees by making sure that they focus on the right environmental, social governance issues.
Yeah, I'm chatting with Bjarni Herrera, who is the author of Supercharging Sustainability. And one of the areas that you talk about in your book is helping people embrace daily challenges in applying sustainability. Can you share some practical tips for small businesses to integrate sustainable practices into their everyday operations?
Start with the small stuff. See what tangible things you can do. Do you rely a lot on vehicles in your business? Think about how you can shorten trips. What's the total square meters of your real estate portfolio for the business? Are there things to optimize there? It of course all depends on the business you're in, and it is very different between businesses what you should be doing and focusing on. An insurance company should be doing something very different from a real estate company, for example. But there are always measures that you can take and focusing on. It's again coming back to the question, what's your core product? What's your core business? What's your core service? Focus on where you can make positive impacts on those.
Bjarni, we're coming to the conclusion of our time together, and I have to ask, what are some of the emerging trends that you're seeing in corporate sustainability and sustainable finance that small businesses should be aware of?
Mm-hmm. It should definitely be this focus on, I'm saying it again because it's so important, focusing on your products, services, that's where the magic happens, and understand what impact you have on the environment and the society, but also understand the impact the environment and society have on you and your business and how you can react to those changes.
Bjarni Herrera, I've enjoyed our time together and I look forward to a longer conversation in the future. But in the meantime, I want to make sure our listeners can find your book, Supercharging Sustainability. How can we do that and how can we get in touch?
Absolutely. I have a website, bjarni.herrera.com, where you should be able to find all the necessary information about the book and my contact details. And please get in touch with whatever question you may have.
All right, Bjarni, really appreciate your time on the program. We'll link it in our show notes to make it easy for our folks to get in touch with you. But in the meantime, again, we're going to be back on Get Down to Business in just a moment. Get in touch with me through my website, syklein.com, or follow me on social media at shalomklein. We still have some great information, some great entrepreneurs, some great guests for you in store on the program. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Get Down to Business. As always, be sure to check us out on your favorite podcast app. Don't touch that dial. Get Down to Business will return in just a moment.